Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. Thank you for joining me today. This is the card we're making. It's this little shaker card and it's a domed shaker, and I love these kind of cards. They're so interactive and so much fun. And I've used quite bright summery colours, as you can see here. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. So let me show you what I did. I'm going to start off with a piece of basic white, and it's just a piece of scrap. We are going to cut this down a little bit later once we've done our stamping. And this is a new punch called the Vintage Bottle Punch. And we're just going to punch out our bottle shape. So I'm going to just go from the bottom and try and be, well, as much as possible, all the way in, and try and get it as even as I can. There we go. Now I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus, get my magnets out. Whoopsie daisy. Just be careful with these magnets because they are super strong and they will want to bite each other, so just be a little wary of that. So the stamp set we're going to use is this one called Bottled Happiness. And it's a two-step stamping, as you can see. So we're going to first stamp our flowers. So let's do that. And then you can have this going whichever way you want. I'm going to have mine, that's why I've punched first, so I can arrange my flowers around my punched piece. I think I'm going to have them like that, and then I'm going to pick it up, make sure everything's still lined up back in the corner, like that. And then we're going to use Mango Melody ink. Just going to give everything a really good ink up. I think my ink pad needs to be re-inked, so maybe I'll have to stamp this more than once just to ensure I get a really good image. Give it a good press down, and yeah, I do want to stamp it again. That's too light for me. I want a deeper colour. That's the beauty of the Stamparatus, that you can do exactly that. Just re-stamp it. Give it a good press, a little bit of a bash. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. That will do. There we are. So close up that ink pad, and now we need to clean up so we can move on to the next stage. So I'm just going to use my simple chamois here to give everything a really good clean, as you can hear. Okay, so let's put this back in our case and take out the next piece. And this can be a little difficult to line up if you don't take your time. It's not difficult, you just need to get your head over the stamp properly, so don't try and do it from the side. Get your head right over the stamp, which is why my yucky head is in the camera right now. There we go, something like that. Pick that up, and I'm just going to ensure everything is in place, and I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz ink. Give everything a nice ink, and then down, and give everything a really good press, like that, and that's fine. So close up those ink pads, clean up. We have one more bit of stamping to do, so I shouldn't have actually closed that ink pad, but it's a habit of mine. As soon as I've used an ink pad, I always close it up, and that way I stop anything falling in the ink pad that I don't want to fall in there. Otherwise, I've seen people, you know, they spent ages on their lovely project and then just for it to fall in the ink pad. So I always close up my ink pad before that happens. So I'm going to use this little stamp set here, the sentiment that says sending cheer. I'm going to put it just there somewhere. Try and get it as straight as I can. Pick it up and pair bazaars again and down. Lovely. That's the end of our stamping now, so we can have one final clean up and then take this out of our Stamparatus. So let's put that away. Put the little stamp away, otherwise you'll just leave. If you don't take it out of your Stamparatus straight away, I promise you, you will leave it there. Next time you come to use the Stamparatus, you'll find it and you'll think, now where does it come from? And you'll spend half the day searching to try and figure out which set it came from. So just take everything out and put it away as you go along, and you don't have that issue. So sorry about the clatter bang. That's our piece for now. I'm going to do a little cutting now that I know where everything is. I think I'm going to cut the top down first so we don't have so much at the top. So let's see. Let's go to about there. Okay, that looks fine. And then let's see if we're going to take off some here. Take it off both sides, I think. Some there. And then even it out by taking it off the other side a little bit like that. As you can see, I'm not being too precise. I'm just going with what looks okay to me, and I sort of look for the flowers to be even on each side. Okay, so that's going to do me fine. So take the trimmer away. Now we're going to bring in one of our dome shakers, and these are the vintage bottle shaker domes. So let's take one of these out, put these back in the little home. Okay, and you can see it already has its adhesive on both sides, so I'm just going to take the adhesive off a little bit on the top, and then we're just going to fit our piece, as you can see. And because I don't have adhesive everywhere, I can get it lined up as I want. Now that I've stuck on the top, I can just pull off the rest of the adhesive and get that stuck down like that, and then just give it, I just use my fingers, a really good press to make sure everything is stuck down. Okay, so let's bring in our card base, and this is thick basic white, so that's a standard A6 card base. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And I've got a piece here of pumpkin pie, actually, designer series paper, and I'm going to mount this on here, and this measures 14.35 centimeters by 10, but don't worry, all the measurements are on the blog post on my website, and the link to that are in the description box below. So there we have that. So now we're going to need a little bit of spare for our shaker dough, so somewhere roughly around there. Doesn't have to be precise, just good enough to cover the back of the shaker dough, which that is, so that's great. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is bring in these are the effervescent elements, and we're going to fill up our little shaker dome here And I'm going to use just this little spoon that I've got. Just be patient. These will roll everywhere if you let them. So small and patient is definitely what's going to win the day. That's enough. I've already got a few running away. I stopped them. Okay, so let's put this away, and then we want to take off the backing of the adhesive here, and just be careful at this point, because if you knock it, you're going to know about it, everything's going to go flying. And then take our piece that we cut and just seal that down, and make sure it's really well sealed. So I really just go over it I'm just going over it with my fingers right now. Just give it a good seal, and then you can turn it over and see. Yeah, everything looks fine. Now that we've got it flat, I'm going to give it another good seal. I'm going to actually take my bone folder and just quickly go around it like that. So as you can see, now on the back here I'll put some glue so we can attach it down to our base. You can use any glue you want. You could pop this up again on dimensionals. You could use the dimensional sheets we've got. You do whatever you like. Let's put this down like that. So that's what we've got so far. And then finishing touches, I'm going to use some of these iridescent rhinestones, and these just bring some of that sparkle from the shaker out into the rest of the card. I'm just going to use 3 of them up there. Okay, so I did a whole series about shaker cards in April for Focus Friday, so do check that out. It'll be linked after this video. So there's my shaker cards. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know, and please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. All the links, as I said, are in the description box below, including all my social media links. That's including the link to my Facebook group, where we make cards like this in an online card club, and we also have challenges, and we share our crafty makes, etc. And I also have a group as well where I sell all my retired stock, so do check out those links. I'd really appreciate it. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye bye.